Hey guys, I'm Ryan Wright.
And I'm Mary Russell.
Mary Russell, director of the short film called Card. You can check out the trailer for that. She's the writer of it too.
What?
And I just found out on her Facebook page, she's got half-naked photos, so check that out too. What we're gonna do is check out a video called 5 Terrifying Real-Life Scenarios in Movies, brought to you by ScreenRant. Let's do this.
Horror movies terrorize viewers with tales of ghosts, monsters, and sometimes a goblin or two. But films don't necessarily have to have one of those elements in order to be scary. Throughout history, there have been plenty of examples of filmmakers using real-life fears to create premises in a movie that are as frightening as your average paranormal pest.
Yeah.
Here are ScreenRant's 5 terrifying real-life scenarios in movies. Apollo 13. Many kids dream of becoming an astronaut one day, but one viewing of Apollo 13 might be all it takes to turn those dreams into nightmares. The film is based on the true story of NASA's Apollo 13 mission. It depicts the darker side of the profession as 3 astronauts are left floating in space in a broken module. Among the many obstacles they face are freezing temperatures, rising carbon dioxide levels, and malfunctioning systems, all of which could prove fatal. Even though NASA is aware of the situation, that doesn't exactly make it bearable, since the worst could happen at any given moment. Jim Lovell and his crew displayed true bravery and courage by never folding under the immense pressure and finding a way to return home safely. Meanwhile, we were happy to be on solid ground. 127.
Oh yeah.
Before setting off on a weekend excursion to the mountain, Aaron Ralston doesn't bother to tell anyone where he's heading. That lapse in judgment comes back to haunt him.
I never saw this film.
Ralston has an accident and gets his arm trapped under a boulder for a period of 5 days.
He saws his
Director
arm
Danny
off,
Boyle's shot selection is unnerving because it illustrates Ralston's loneliness as he endures a slow march, seemingly to his death. The video messages he records for his loved ones are especially gut-wrenching.
I love you guys,
James Franco.
and I'll always be with you.
And the infamous cutting off the arm sequence is a gruesome scene to watch. Seeing this movie may encourage you to become a homebody, and who could blame you? Castaway. We've all fantasized about having our own desert island, but Chuck Noland would recommend you rethink that. After surviving a plane crash, which is scary enough, he spends 4 years on an isolated piece of land with almost no hope of reaching the outside world. Despite the company of his faithful companion Wilson, Chuck is very much alone, a concept that taps into one of our basic emotional fears. He deals with scorching heat, fierce rainstorms, and unbearable hunger. He's even driven to attempt suicide. As fascinating as it is to watch Tom Hanks work his magic, there's no denying that this is one horrifying experience for anyone to consider. The Grey. Forget the marketing lie that promised us Liam Neeson versus wolves. The Grey is still a solid work of horror. First and foremost, it's a man versus nature piece, since the greatest enemy Otway and his crew must face are freezing temperatures and the harsh Alaskan wilderness. That's not to say that territorial wolves are easy to deal with. They presented their own challenges as the group struggled to survive, trying to hunt them down whenever they got a chance. Director Joe Carnahan gave audiences some really tense and nail-biting sequences that illustrated the relentlessness of the environment and how there was so little humans could do against it. Prisoners. The greatest fear of any parent is having their child mysteriously go missing. So Prisoners is nightmare fuel for anyone with a kid. The film is so effective because even those without any offspring can instantly feel sympathetic for the characters. As Keller Dover, Hugh Jackman portrayed a man consumed by helplessness and grief.
And every day, she's wondering why I'm not there to fucking rescue her. Do you understand that? Me, not you!
He's driven to the point of insanity, struggling to find information about where his daughter went off to. For anyone trying to see themselves in the protagonist, Prisoners asks a horrifying version of the question, what would you do? And forces us to consider some shocking answers. Those are our picks for 5 terrifying real-life scenarios in movies. Are there any we missed? Which non-horror movies keep you up late at night? Sound off in the comments below and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.
I'm surprised Gravity wasn't on there instead of Apollo 13. You know.
Well, Gravity, yeah, I mean, I felt Gravity I had mixed feelings about.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of a movie itself, I really like Gravity, but
I really loved the visuals of Gravity. I think some of the narrative felt a little repetitive to me.
I don't know much about space and scientific accuracy and all that shit. But I thought Gravity got the fear in me a little bit more than Apollo 13 did. But Apollo 13 still, it's a great example of a real life scenario.
127 hours, I think. I think sawing off my arm would not be.
A lot of these real life scenario films deal with the theme of survival.
Or surviving in the wilderness.
Yeah, what are you willing to do to survive?
Or
how far are you willing
territory.
to go? You know, are you going to give up? Or, you know, it's like Tom Hanks in Castaway, is he going to kill himself? In 127 hours, it's like a lot of people wouldn't feel like they could get to the point where they could take out a fucking knife and just cut off their arm. But it's like, if you really want to survive, you're going to fucking do it, you know? And like, you think you couldn't, but you do. And that's what's interesting about these scenarios.
Yeah.
127 hours, yeah, that freaked me out. That was not a pleasant scene. It's kind of a boring movie for me, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it probably, that's what I think, because like it's a one person, a one man.
Yeah, under a rock, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it would kind of be a flat movie where there wouldn't be like a contrasting character.
It's like a character exploration of this time he's in and the mind, and I get what it's going for. I was just a little bored until he cut off his arm.
I mean, I only liked James Franco when he was young and hot. He still is.
He's not old and ugly. Like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm surprised wasn't on there, because this was a true story. Titanic. Yeah. Being on there with Billy Zane. Oh God.
I was pissed that she let Leo go at the end. That's what.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's pissed off about it. Yeah, they could have switched turns. He could have like been urinated on to keep him warmer or something.
He could have urinated on himself.
He could have urinated on himself. Idiot.
Who hasn't done that?
Who hasn't done that to survive? Even in situations where it won't help, I'll do it in case.
It's like when you get stung by a jellyfish.
Yeah, you're supposed to pee on yourself.
Yeah.
Or, oh my God, I'm caught on fire. Just pee on yourself. It's that simple, you idiots.
I mean, the penis goes in many directions, so you can direct it, can't you?
What kind of penis are you dealing with? What the fuck? The penis goes in many directions?
Isn't it like a hose? You can...
I mean, I guess, but I'm not a fan of like pointing my dick all the way over there. Like, I'm just...
if you were to save someone, though. So.
Oh, if I had to save someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the pee? Oh, totally. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I would use my hose, yeah. With Castaway, you know, people always ask that question of, if you were stuck on an island, what would you bring and stuff? I think growing up, we get that question, so we do sometimes fantasize of, what if I was alone on an island and stuff? And that movie does...
Your 3 wishes?
Yeah, the 3 wishes. Yeah. What I love about this video is, you know, I got this question recently of, why do you like horror movies? I mean, they're just dark and it's not good for your mind, like shit like that, right? My answer was...
I'm gonna slap that person.
My answer was, almost every movie that's really good has an element of horror. There's always an element of fear.
You have to feel on edge.
You have to feel a fear of something, you know, usually for a film to work. There has to be some type of fear, and all horror does is capitalize on that emotion of fear.
I actually really enjoyed The Grey.
Yeah. A lot of it's very 50-50 with audiences, but I heard it wasn't that bad.
I mean, I was fully entertained.
Prisoners, I know you haven't seen it.
Prisoners, I haven't seen it.
That was one of my favorite movies that year, and yeah, I could totally see how... Man, I can only imagine what it's like for someone's child to get abducted.
Yeah, to lose their child.
I can understand if, like, I have a kid one day and I don't really like him, and then I want to get rid of it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. I'm gonna hire a kidnapper. You're gonna be gone. Welcome to Mexico. But when you actually love the kid, and they're abducted? Oh, that must be painful.
Just seeing the trailer, or seeing like clips of the video, I feel kind of like I'm very interested in seeing this film. So I might even watch it tonight.
Buried, I think, could have been on this list.
Yeah.
That movie, that's a really cool movie. Because
I haven't.
You haven't seen it?
No.
It's like 80 minutes long, but it's just him in the coffin, with a cell phone. Yet, I was pulled in the entire time.
Really?
It's shot really well, really clever. It manages to be very artistic and stylistic in a coffin. It's terrifying. Like, it really does give you that feeling of being buried in a coffin. Did you see Kill Bill Volume 2?
Yes.
Remember when she's buried in the coffin?
Yes, like
and
just she's digging and climbing.
Yeah, and then before that though, you hear the dirt falling on the coffin.
Yeah.
Like, that's a scenario that's like, oh no, oh god.
Maybe even Kill Bill Volume 2 could be included. I mean, it's not a real situation. But there were real life situations in that film that I can imagine, like waking up in the hospital bed.
Oh yeah. After
being raped. That's one of my fears. Like being in the hospital, like after being asleep. Like getting a surgery done and then waking up and having no idea what just happened to you or being in a coma. It's freaky.
That's what you fear?
Yeah, I think that's one of my fears.
What a specific fear.
It's a very specific fear.
Everyone's like, snakes, clowns.
I know, but
mine is having to get surgery in the hospital and then going to sleep for several days and not knowing what happened.
Yeah.
I see how that's scary.
It is. I mean, it is scary.
Anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, you can subscribe to The Real Rejects. You can check out the trailer for Mary's short film called Carved. Fun grindhouse kind of flick. Check it out. It's going to be premiering soon. We might be doing a short film together for this channel, so keep a lookout for that. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Vine, Periscope. She has a Facebook page too. Here's a picture.
Woo!
Yeah, like her page. This one's for Unique Film. Hi, I'm Ryan Left.
And I'm Mary Russell.
Ha. He really wanted me to say, hi, I'm Ryan Left and sit on the other side of the couch.
But you're sitting on the right.
I know, but it's like the screen's left.
Oh!
Yeah, I know. It's really sad what he was requesting. Like, as if it's supposed to be...
That's pretty
good. As if it's supposed to be entertaining for everyone.
I think it's entertaining for me. I got it.
Really?
I didn't,
No, I don't really think it's... I feel like I just did that for him.
It's the simple things in life.
He keeps asking me, and I'm like, dude, no one's really gonna laugh, but you laughed.
Yeah, because, I mean, what a charming man.
Yeah. Really unique. Unique film.
Yeah, you're clearly unique with your jokes.
Yeah, no one's ever said Ryan left or Ryan wrong. I'm cutting the camera.
Just fucking cut it.
I'm cutting the camera.